Mrs. McGinnis here. We're going to talk in this lesson about how to shape our mouth to play a reed instrument. So this lesson is for clarinet players and for saxophone players. Cool, right? That's why I'm queen of the reeds. Just kidding. All right, so I'm going to start with clarinet. So as we learned in the video about putting on our reed and our ligature and all that good stuff, okay? Now you notice I have the clarinet with the barrel. And that's just because the clarinet mouthpiece is small. So it gives you a place to hold on when you're working with learning how to put the instrument in your mouth, so you don't feel like you're holding on to this teeny tiny piece of cork and you might drop your mouthpiece. You don't want that. And on the saxophone, what I did is same kind of thing. I used the neck piece. And the other reason I do that is because then with a little bit more shape to the instrument, it helps you with how it's going to be when the entire instrument is with you. So you don't get used to maybe putting your saxophone mouthpiece in like this, not realizing that, oh, then the saxophone is going to be into my chest. That doesn't work. It has to be out like this, okay? So it's a good way to practice to have your neck if you're a saxophone player and your barrel if you're a clarinet player, okay? So for both of them, we got our reed and ligature on. And you guys might notice on my mouthpiece, I have these little pads. Just for me, because I am a biter, and you need to use your teeth to kind of steady your mouthpiece. I prefer the pad because I do play a lot. So that is something that you can get to put on your mouthpiece. It's totally optional. You don't have to use it, but I do like it because I feel like then my teeth don't really slide on that slick plastic. So it's just another option of something that you can look into if you want to. All right, so we're gonna start with clarinet. So I always tell my students, if you can make this funny face, then you're all set for playing a reed instrument. Because basically what you need to do is you need to flatten out your bottom lip like you're gonna put on some chapstick, right? Because you don't do this when you put on chapstick. That looks weird. So you flatten out your bottom lip. And then that is where you're gonna put the reed, on that flat bottom lip, okay? Then you're gonna take your teeth and you're gonna bite the top of the mouthpiece. Okay, just kind of in the middle, right? Like this. Now you don't want to have your bottom teeth touching the reed because it'll break it. So your lip is just tiny bit over your bottom teeth. And actually we had a master class with the President's Own Marine Corps band. And the clarinet player from that band said, you don't want a comfy couch, you want a nice firm park bench. So you want to be able to touch your lip and kind of feel your teeth are under there, okay? And that's where you want to put the reed. Then you bite, and then you're going to close your lips around the mouthpiece and blow. Now you might have noticed I licked the reed. The reed has to be a little bit wet to get it to work. If it's too dry, it's not going to work, okay? You're just going to get a sound. So make sure that you've either given the reed a little bit of moisture, like you've either had it in your mouth before you put it on right away, or you give it a little bit of moisture with your tongue just to make sure that it's nice and wet, and then it'll make a sound. So again, park bench, teeth, smile, close your lips, and blow. Now, if you're to the point that you're getting a squeak like that, oh my goodness, that means that you've got too much mouthpiece in your mouth. So you need to pull it out a little bit. If you're doing this, it means you don't have enough mouthpiece in your mouth. So again, like every instrument, everybody's face is a different shape. Everybody's mouth is a different shape. Everybody's teeth are different. So there's this standard way to put the instrument in your mouth, but then you adjust it for what is comfortable for the way your face and mouth is shaped, okay? And so as long as you're not puffing out your cheeks, and as long as your like tongue isn't hanging out the side of your mouth, and you're getting a good sound, that's the important thing, all right? So once you have got a sound, kind of sounds like a little party horn, right? Kind of cool. You can start practicing making different notes. all I'm doing is moving my tongue, and I'm aiming for the back of my top teeth with my tongue, and it's touching the reed and stopping the sound. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's awesome. So clarinet, I'm gonna go to the side so you can kind of see the angle, because it's hard to see from the front of where the mouthpiece is. So see, it's almost like a little triangle. You don't want it too close, don't want it really far out. So you just kind of want it like almost a 45-degree angle. Okay? And that's for the clarinet. So if you're a clarinet player, you can stop the video. If you're a saxophone player, this is where you'll want to fast forward to. All right. So saxophones, yours is similar, a little bit different. Your embouchure, because your mouthpiece is larger, doesn't have to be as tight as the clarinets. You still want to do a nice park bench and not a comfy couch. You want to make sure that your lip is nice and firm and over your bottom teeth, so your bottom teeth aren't touching the reed. They're not a snack, they're not delicious, I promise, they're wood. But for the saxophone, instead of having it like this, the angle like clarinet, it's gonna be more out in front of you, okay? And as you can see, the corners of my mouth are not nearly as pulled back as they are for clarinet. They're still firm, but they're not as firm. And my bottom lip is still tight, but I'm not as firm because I have a larger mouthpiece, okay? So again, general rule, on the park bench, show me your smile, close your lips. And the saxophone is a pretty loud and powerful instrument, so you don't have to blow super hard, which is great. You can just kind of gently breathe into the instrument and it will make a sound, okay? And for saxophone, some people are of the school of thought of don't put your teeth on the mouthpiece. Some people say put your teeth on the mouthpiece. I think as a beginner, it just helps you to put your teeth on the mouthpiece because it helps you steady it in your mouth so you don't have that kind of business going on. But really, it comes down to your comfort level, and everybody's face is a different shape. So even though there's a standard way to put it in your mouth, put it in and adjust it for what's comfortable for you. Remember, don't puff your cheeks, because if you puff your cheeks, the air is going in your cheeks and not in the instrument, okay? If you have any questions, you can always email us. We're not that far away, and we're always happy to help. Saxophones, if you're not getting a good sound, you might not have enough mouthpiece in your mouth. I don't have enough in my mouth. I need to put a little bit more in. Okay? If you're getting a squeak, uh-oh, that means you've got too much mouthpiece. So you're gonna wanna back it out a little bit. So depending on the size of your mouth and your face, you can kind of see like where I had the different indentations right there. So this was not enough, this was perfect, that was too much, okay? So you can kind of adjust it and experiment for you to see what works best.